Welcome back, traders. Thanks for tuning in. Going to dive into today's recap. It was a pretty good day for me, I would say so. I'm up $2,101. So pretty good day for me, and that's what I'm trying to do at this point for November is really build that cushion because I had huge losses last month. I came out positive, but I'd had some red days that were drastic, and I'm trying to avoid that a bit. So anyways, being up this much today is a good cushion for me, and I'm happy with it. So let's dive into what I traded, and I'll show you that. I didn't do a recap for yesterday, so I will update you guys with that as well. Yesterday was a busy day. I didn't get a chance to upload a video here. Let me show you yesterday's progress report real quick, and then I'll import the data from today and show you the difference. So yesterday was actually a bad start for me. Started with $8 going all the way down to negative $247 on my second trade, and that was trading OLB. I did trade, what else did I trade? I traded Car, which is Avis, and they went through a huge run up. I traded Saba and Fun, and I ended the day up $46. So happy that I was green that day, but a huge drawdown initially, but I was able to recover from that. But I did dip down into the negative territory again and then go positive. But $46 on the day, so pretty much flat, nothing big there. So let me go ahead and copy this data here. This is from today, and I'm gonna pop it in here so we can see the progress for today. So overall, pretty good trend for me, pretty much all uphill. I did have a couple spots where I really did get maybe a little too risky and have a pretty big drawdown. Two spots in particular. There was one here where I got up to 2,000, drew it down to 1667, and then another spot here, I would say probably two spots when I was up 2414, and then took it down to 1956, and I kind of did the same thing again. So a little bit of a struggle here, kind of went sideways at this point, and I took a ton of trades. So it was 50 trades today, pretty crazy. I traded Car. Car really got me up to a good start here. I'll show you that. And I actually, that was a hold that I did overnight for a short position. So let me show you that real quick, and then we'll revisit this, continue on with the other one. So Car, we all know we had a huge run up yesterday on this name. There was some news, I think, that involved Elon Musk, just some talk, some chatter there. And I think something on Twitter, but either way, there was a catalyst, there was some news, and it ran up hard and fast, and I didn't even get to trading yesterday until later in the afternoon, and I think it was right in here. So anyways, I missed this entire move up, and I saw that we had this huge sell-off, and it was not holding. We didn't come to a spot where we moved up, pulled back and consolidated. It was just a huge sell-off that continuously was happening. So I was looking at this and thinking, okay, nothing's sticking. I'm going to go short at some point. I want to try to find a good spot. So I had a few shorts and eventually added into a position where I built it up. And my holding position at that point in time was, I think, $338. So actually down here. Not necessarily a great price, but I was really anticipating a break to the downside. And anyways, I held it for quite the day, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to go into after hours with this, and I potentially will sell tomorrow, because I don't think this is going to continue. We have had in the past some days where some stocks, go on another huge leg, and it was kind of a riskier move because it was a big position for me. But either way, I this morning was able to get in pre-market and just sell off for like what was the gain there? It was a $338 gain, so not too bad. And later in the day, actually today, I did see a couple more opportunities to trade it to the downside. They weren't huge winners, but they were pretty decent. So just trading that to the downside, and it looks like it's really held this position. So who knows where those will open up tomorrow. But I'm not trading it as of now. I'm completely out. And anyways, that gave me my good start for today. Initially up $338. Then I put an extra $100 on top of that with another short position with car. Real quick one. From there, moving on to the other stocks, and that was Ptpi and FATBB. Funny name here, FATBB. This one was definitely in play today, so let me show you those two. Ptpi. Now this one for me, we had a lot of great momentum. A good thing for me today as I came to the market a little bit earlier, and because of it, and because of the timing, I was able to take the opportunity on this moving uphill. We had a nice run up here, so I took a bunch of trades on that. And once we broke this area, I tried to lay off the pedal and watch it consolidate and see if we'd get another move. And sure enough, we did. We crossed VWAP and started moving back up. So I traded this all throughout that, which was really good for me. And then in this zone here, I just stopped trading it. Later in the afternoon, we did get this pop. So I kind of doubled down on this move here, and I was thinking, okay, we might get a retest of the high of 381. But either way, I was a little late to the game on this as it rolled up. I think my first trade on it was definitely past VWAP, so I was getting in a little late, but I knew there was opportunity, so I had a ton of scalp trades in here with a little bit bigger size, which helped me, bring up that profit a bit. But there were a few spots where I did on the backside here. Let me show you. I think it was right in here. What spot was it? Yeah, I think it was right in here is where I was anticipating kind of another leg. Because we got the, hit the highs here, kind of sold off, did a pullback. And I was thinking we might go for another big rip. It was kind of a fake out, got in too heavy, too high, and had to just take the loss. I should have sold a lot quicker. I could have easily put in a sell order on the ask, and I think I might have gotten filled, but I waited. We got into the second candle, and then I hesitated and threw out a market order super low here. So that wasn't. Oh, you know what? I apologize. Correction there. It was actually this spot right here. I had the wrong time frame on that. Right in here, but it was exact same kind of setup, same idea. We moved up, pulled back, and right in here is where I went for the move higher and got in too high, too many shares, and boom, it sold off first candle. I should have sold within that candle, and I waited. I was thinking maybe we would get a bounce, but that was such a drastic sell-off that I should have known it wasn't going to correct as easily, and on that second candle, I had to sell for market order. Down here, I was down at 324, so oof, that was rough. And that took me from, it was one of my points where I hit a high, yeah. I think it's right in here when I was up 24.14, went all the way down to 19 something, so took a big hit there. Practically a $500 loser, so too much risk there. But other than that, I did sell and I didn't hold on to it because that was a really good thing, because this thing just sold off big time. So anyways, off to the next one, FATBB. This one really helped me get my my profit in today. So a lot of my progress for today, all in this zone here, was contributed to FATBB. And it was a risky one initially, but once I started seeing more volume come into this, it got a little bit better for me. Initially, look at this. We had no volume all day, absolutely nothing. So, and it runs up, okay? And it goes into halts, 3-4 halts. Pretty impressive, but no volume. No volume down here, and that's a red flag for me. So when I see that, I go, you know what? It's cool that it ran up that much, but I'm not going to hop into this until more volume comes in, and it shows me that it can stabilize and go further up. So that was a good thing of me to do because it opened up and flushed down. Huge rundown. So anybody getting into this, if you're adding in here or here, it's a rough road to try to just hold throughout all this. So it does have the correction, comes back up, not all the way, but a good amount. It comes up to 17, comes back down, and I started trading more and more of this as we made this move up. I hopped in with 100 share size on each one and just started trading it real fast. I would, when we would get an open, I'd try to buy some of these dips, let it ride up, sell off, and kind of do that trend for a couple different areas in here, and help me really gain some profit quickly. But the thing is volatile, so you got to be very careful of how quickly this thing can flush. Like in here, you get into this area here thinking it's going to go to the moon. It pulls up here at 2270, opens up, or flushes completely and goes into a halt. So you can easily get trapped, and the spread on this was so huge. So that can either help you make money quickly or lose money very quickly. So that was the difficult piece, is seeing such a big spread between the bid and the ask that things can flush quick or they can go up quick. So for me, I just had to be really quick to trade it, take my profit, and get out. And I had a ton of those, so I put on some good profit today, and we kind of hit this area and just kind of ran out of steam. It fell down. I tried to get back in here, which I did have some good trades on. But then over in here, where I thought it might kind of bounce again, I got a little greedy and went in for a few other positions and had to sell on a loss. But when I got to here, crossing over VWAP, I figured it was kind of pretty much done, so I stopped trading it. And that pretty much wrapped up my day. So those were the two in play. Once again, I'm very happy with the progress. A little disappointed in the sense that I did have some areas where I would put on either too much risk or got too greedy, and I did have a ton of trades today, so my performance wasn't like picture perfect, but it was decent. Just by that trend there, all uphill, but then some sideways action, just all in here, just wanting to break that 25, the high that I had, the 2562. So didn't get it. I had to take a little bit of a hit there, but still, for me, $2,000 on the day is pretty fantastic. So looking at the calendar here, great start to the month. Now, I always preach this, but I have to be conscious of my red days, because I can easily take this progress, this $3,000, and easily lose it. So I've just got to be careful to protect that and keep growing that and build off that, because I'm bound to have a red day, and I'm going to try my best not to make it a massive one and stick to rules when it comes to losses, but I know I will have a red day. So, but this kind of progress for me is excellent. I just want to continue that. And, for 3 days of trading, being up 3,000, that's just a good start for me. And as you can see, in the first 3 days of this month, I have beaten my progress for last month. Okay. Up 1682 for last month. Pretty pathetic. Why? Because of this one massive red day. This $7,000 loser. On Friday the 22nd. That's just, it was my bad. I got emotional. I couldn't throw in the towel, and I just kept fighting everything. And that kind of drawdown will screw you up pretty bad. I want to show everyone, let's take out that red day. Let's say I didn't trade that day, or I just maybe had a $200 loser. Okay, I'd be up 8 grand for that month. So to have that one day, that's just absolutely pathetic. It's bad, and I should never be going that deep in the hole on one day. You know, maybe a week or 2 weeks, but in one day to lose that much, it's just too much. So now on the flip side, I had a great last week in October, up 7K on that week. So was able to dig out of it, but you know, it takes a lot of work to get in there and consistently hit good days, $1,500, $3,000, $1,000, $400, $900. You know, that takes some good work, at least from me, to be really focused and consistent on nailing those numbers to earn back that big loss. So it would have been nice just to completely avoid that red day, but it's, you know, it happens. It is what it is, and I'm just going to try to avoid that this month and put on the progress. So, I mean, look, you know, this isn't realistic, but I just like to kind of play with numbers sometimes. Okay, we got 3,441 or 21 bucks. So let's split that. Let's get the average here for the first 3 days. That's $1,140 a day. Okay. And you know, we got roughly what, 20, let's just say 20 days of trading. So let's take that times 20. And once again, this isn't realistic, but if I could nail, you know, these average numbers daily throughout the entire trading month, you know, I'd be up 22K on a month, and that would be just freaking incredible. It's just not the reality of it. And, you know, that's what I think one of my big faults was at first, kind of going into this year, is trading bigger size and getting more aggressive. And I started doing better and better and putting on like big green days, you know, $2,000, $3,000 days. And I guess I thought that would continue. And sure enough, I got my ass handed to me because of that mentality, thinking you're kind of bulletproof and you can do that every single day. And what happened is I took, you know, some big losses, kind of similar, like, you know, here in October, taking a 7 grand loss, and it's rough. So the reality of it is, like, even when I average in my numbers in for this week, well, you've got the whole month to consider, and you're going to have some red days. So, you know, even making, like today, $2,000 a day, or today, I'd like to be realistic and go, okay, I'm only going to, you know, with red days, I might be only able to keep, you know, not even half of that. So just say, you know, if things are good, you know, I'll keep 300 of it for every single day. And that right there, you know, $300 a day times 20 days, 6 grand. That's good money. So I know it's crazy to think, wow, you know, you can make, like today I made $2,000 a day, but for me, I'm just, you know, putting it out there. Just my opinion is that unless you're extremely consistent in your trading, that $2,000 a day is not realistically obtainable. So anyways, that's it. I'm going to quit mumbling here. Hope you guys enjoyed this recap for today. Let me know what you guys traded, how you feel like the market is today. I mean, FATB being up, man, at its high point here, I think it was up, I don't know, 250% or something crazy. So I think we got a lot of momentum in the market right now. That's great. And that's another thing to consider, is that, you know, sure, I've got these big days that I've been nailing in the last week, but, you know, I feel like the market's hot, and guess what? It's going to get cold eventually. Things will slow down. And that's when I've got to be careful and learn how to turn down the trading for me. If I get too aggressive in the slower markets, it's not necessarily a good thing, and I tend to lose money. So, when the market's hot for me, I just got to keep trading it, focused. And then when things are slowing down, just, take a breather and don't trade as much. I think that would help me. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and we will see you on the next one.